Welcome back, Hunters. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to the Hunter Classic, where I am botching every attempt I basically have at any animal in the game so far. After doing the Halloween hunts and taking a little break from the game, it's like I've lost all... Well, I don't really think I had much skill in the first place, but I've been absolutely atrocious when it's been coming to this. Like, we had... there's the male elk, or the bull elk, that I spotted on the first little outing from the lodge. Completely messed that up. Didn't even actually see him, but still scared him off. There's the first mule deer that came down right behind the tree I was hiding beside. Okay, so this is the direction he fled off to. I'm hoping with the time I gave him, and since I didn't really pursue him, he's not going to be gone, like, that far off, but... yeah, I absolutely messed up in trying to get the mule deers. If I would have just taken the shot with the 303, I probably would have been able to get him, too. That's something I've noticed a lot when it comes to, like, my archery hunting, or trying to bow hunt in the Hunter Classic. There's so many opportunities if you were just using a firearm. Would have so easily gotten them, but just not doing that or taking the different weapon, and you just kind of like lose the opportunity. I think I almost have to take my advice from playing like carnivores, where it's the less you try, the better you are, and just take some shots that, even if they don't look the greatest, maybe they actually will turn out to be rather okay. Yes, these are all kind of old, so my guess... okay, at least I don't think he'll be able to go up the mountainside. So I think he might be a little bit cornered in up here. Yeah, she's making some noise, but I don't really care about her. So if I can slowly stay on his trail, and once I find a roaming track from him... see, I don't know if that's really old or not. And we are getting into a bit of, like, dense area. Once I can find the roaming track that has, like, the solid lines to it, I'm going to be a lot more slow and cautious about it. But for now, I'm not really finding any. Seems like I've really backed him way off into this area. Now, just because I do want to actually get an animal this weekend, I'm debating whether I should use the 303 or not. Oh, still... man, he definitely went way up this way. I didn't think he'd be able to, like, ascend up the slope in that there, but maybe he was able to. Gotta remember to be much more patient and slower with the game. Haste definitely makes a lot of waste. Try to take my time, be a bit slower and cautious, keep looking out for stuff. Well, there's another opportunity depending on what's happened to the mule deer here. Well, I saw a little bit of movement right up there. Maybe not. I might actually try going for that elk. Looks like it's in a pretty weird spot, though. It's probably right at the very top of all the... like, stuff here. I don't see another mule deer track. Nope. I think that's him. Yeah, that was him. Okay, you know what? We'll switch gears. See about this elk. And try to get something from this weekend. Like, good lord. Oh. Okay, so there is a... Okay, I see the antlers of the male. Yeah, it's way right up at the top of this hill here. So how do I want to approach this exactly? I did do a call out, so that might make this a bit difficult to try getting up towards. Although, I don't always... You know what? I might actually try bringing it down to me. My thinking is, I've been trying to go after them all this time, and it's definitely not been working for me. But maybe... I'm not exactly looking for you, but if I can maybe try getting them down to come to me, perhaps this will work a little bit better. Okay, so there's another female there. There's a female there. I'm looking for the male. I don't see where he's gone to now. It looks like they're kind of unfazed by me making the calls where I am. Oh man, this has definitely been a rough weekend for me. I don't even see where she went now. Oh, weigh my options here. I've got a potential elk up here. I've got the mule deers that I've scared off down... Well, one's probably out that way, one's way south. Oh, man. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try walking... I have had the easiest time, I think, dealing or going after elk. So maybe what I'll do is just try getting up towards where they've been. And it does sort of look like they are getting to almost like a tip or a peak almost. I don't know if they'd go down the slope or not. If I can get up here, maybe this will be my best chance at an elk. I just need something to kind of like say, okay, there's been some success for this weekend. Because so far, it has not been a very good one. Gotten very close to a couple of animals, but nothing that actually has resulted in any real success. So let me try getting up here and see. Okay, yeah, so it sounds like they might actually be starting to gather all around, like, the... Not exactly the edge, but more like the point of the peak here. Actually... Man, I went way around on this hunt. So much for sticking to the trail like I usually do. Okay, so there's... Oh my god. This was not a smart idea. It is very dense around here. Okay, well, there's her. There are those two, but I don't know where the male was. Or, well, is. But at least what I can do is maybe I can get them going over that way. If I stay crouched and make my way over here... So I can do it a little more quietly than the bumping I think I've done. But that might draw those two away from there. And depending on where this male is, he might be further behind them. Also gotta remember that I can crouch, or I can get even lower and move about too. Although I think a problem with doing this approach is because I've called them further uphill, I might not even be able to see where the male is if he's like close by still. Like, I hear a lot of footsteps, but I think it's just the two cows that I called. Why are you two coming over here? Oh, Lord, I'm having luck calling these in, but... Not going to move. Didn't matter anyway. I am having an awful time this weekend, and I don't know why. Well, I know partially why. Again, I'm just completely out of it for, like, how it should be going on. I wonder if I can find the tracks of the male and then maybe go from there. It's like I have had the call or two from him. But no replies. Not really sure where he went off to. Like the females came in pretty quickly. Yeah, no idea where that male decided to, like, go off towards. Is that one of the females already, or is that the male? No, that's one of the females. I guess they don't really have much... really where else they can go here, can they? I can't even find any more tracks from the male, so I have no idea where he went. Yeah, it's just the females. It could very well be that he completely just left the area after I'd seen him. Oh, no, there's finally a track from him. Okay, well, I'll follow this for a while and try to figure out where he's gotten off to. Yeah, definitely need to get back into just doing everything proper again. Tracking, calling, waiting, positioning. I've screwed up everything so far. Yeah, this is still pretty beautiful. Like, looking out to a vista like that is just Yeah, this is why the map is my favorite, because you have views like that, or even down to, like, the lake there. Sorry, bud, I'm taking whatever I can get at this point. So we actually did manage to get an elk with the 303 to kind of make it thematic. Granted, it did not exactly be the most respectable of successes, but it was still a success. And actually, fairly not too bad of a shot for, like, circumstances of everything. Yeah, we'll do a solemn for this one, because this wasn't exactly a very good hunt in its any regard. I wonder how long he's been stuck like that. No, well, that's not too bad, I suppose. Just get that. Sell that off. Hopefully that's like the streak of... Why did I have an entire stripper clip put back in? It was only one it was one round to add back. I guess it's just the default reload animation that's used, but... Yeah, hopefully that's like a combo breaker and we're into a bit more success going along now. It's actually kind of nice to hunt using the iron sights. Maybe I should try doing that a little more often instead of relying on like the scopes or that. Try to actually improve my marksmanship. Although truthfully, I think I actually have to make more scenarios where I can actually test it than improving it. But we'll head back down on the path we came, see what, if anything, is along this route. Not really holding out high hopes, but you never know. Maybe it is like just you broke the curse and now it's back to whatever it's going to be. The curse of my poor hunting ability, I guess. But yeah, it's still just... Even coming back to it, like with how, sure, graphics have advanced and technology and that's changed, but there's still some experiences that hold up no matter like what time you really come to them. And I gotta admit, the Hunter Classic for me is one of those where... Someone else go running off just then? I'm actually not too sure. But yeah, again, the Hunter Classic definitely almost has like a timeless quality to it. I do think it's a little bit difficult to get into just because of how much of a grind it can be to get stuff, not even just like new gear or that obtained like without paying, but just like leveling up your abilities in that. It does take quite a bit of time too. And it's one of those games where you're not really going to be able to just like say drop in for 15 minutes and feel like you get stuff done. You do need quite a bit of time sank into it. But it can be very rewarding if this, like the slow burn, the build up, the what usually is your practice and patience paying off. And that kind of feeling you get from it. It's like before I did return to the Hunter Classic, I did have a couple 100 hours or so into it. It's just that, I mean, times change, the availability you have shifts, and sometimes games like this just you can't keep up with anymore for what it can take. It's sad, but it does happen at times. I'll see if I can try to get anything, like, salvaged from coming back along this way. I doubt we'll really see that either of the two mule deer bucks that we scared. I know one did kind of go running down south towards the road again, but I think with how much time has passed, it's probably just out of the area. Oh god, looking out to... Well, I mean, the kind of floating trees there take away from it, but if we kind of do that, yeah, it's still really nice to see and look at. And then I do have to figure out where we're going to be going next. Alright, there's fall damage in this game, isn't there? Completely forgot about that. Well, I mean, I guess it's par for the course for how this weekend's been. We at least got something done. Granted, not exactly much, but... Oh, this has been a bit of a rough time of it. Maybe I'll even just try, like, going north out of the lodge or something. Maybe the game will have, like, a pity sensor, and it's like, God, you've hit so far rock bottom, just have something, and be done with it. So yeah, this has just been a rough time of it. I'm also not sure, well, I know for the GM I do have to buy some stuff for, like, the electronic collar that I picked up. And get that maybe a little outfitted for some things, but other than that, I'm not sure what else I'd really go for. Like, I do want to be more archery hunter in the game. It just does take a lot of time and practice and patience to develop and get yourself into that ability set. Was that all really just... Yeah, that was basically just north of the lodge. Huh. For all that, didn't really accomplish much, did I? I made a... I didn't even draw a nice picture with my travels, did I? I made a closed loop at least, but nothing exactly, like, interesting for what I traveled. I'll just go along here for a few more minutes, and yeah, I'm basically just going to take this as, okay, this was the refresher. This is how the game actually plays. Smack on the head. You do not play how you were for the Halloween event, and that's why. You gotta remember, fall damage is a thing. Animals are a lot more skittish than the werewolves were for how aggressive they were. And I've just got to slow down, take some breaths, and kind of relax with it. It's more of a series not meant to keep you on edge all the time. It's one of the few series I'm covering on the channel at the moment where I can actually feel like I'm winding down and relaxing during it. But yeah, I'll do one more week on one weekend of Timbergold Trails. Go from our tent, which is kind of center of the map-ish, I think. Actually, yeah, given how tall and wide it is, I think this is probably around like the very center of the map, so it'll definitely be into territory that we really wouldn't have seen on one of these little, like, reserve tours. Oddly enough, I call them reserve tour, even though, like, most of the reserve we don't see. And it's basically like peeks into each reserve. No, I actually got a trail of something here. I wonder what. Well, looks like an elk, and it wasn't that long ago. God, maybe the game does have a pity sensor, and it's like, here's your chance. Although, truthfully, because of I was walking, I'm guessing this next track is going to be of it, like, fleeing away. Oh, no. Maybe that's our... Oh, but it's a female, isn't it? Yep, looks like just a female. So I'm guessing she is the one who left this. Yep. Game was kind of pitiful, but also going to be sarcastic and, even if it's a chance, it's not one worth it. Oh boy. But again, just going to use this and write it off as a way to cleanse the palate, get myself back into the proper mindset of the Hunter Classic, and return to form. In some ways, kind of sadly true more than others, because let's face it, this is kind of true to form for how I can be sometimes in the game. It's definitely one of those, I'd love to get us up to the 1,000 sub mark and do, like, streams on... Oh, game, you might be a little more generous for me now. And we're not going to screw this up. It's actually kind of fitting that maybe we can use the 303 to get a wolf. given the crossover that this is the Long Dark's rifle, or it's the caliber of hunting rifle in the Long Dark, I just hopefully have to be a bit smarter about this and get them. Or get one. Not trying for multiple, just a single one. I do hear, like, the crows and the ravens calling, so it might be possible there is a elk kill nearby. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's definitely what that means. Oh, yeah, right there. Now, I don't know if that's... Do you want to keep observant from a distance for a while? Because, again, I've been a bit too hasty, I think, when it comes into, like, closing the gap and narrowing in on things. And I think that's actually just more from that elk. Okay, so the howl came, I think, from up over this way. And again, I don't actually have the e-collar ready, which is just completely on me for, like, being dumb. I could have sworn I had picked something up with it, but I guess not. Wait, what? Previous... Is that one of the... I'm confused at that. Like, I don't think that's the elk that was trotting around. But, like... I don't know. Yeah, this isn't quite the edge of the map, but it is kind of like a little funneled area. No, as long as the wolves, like, they're probably all walking around and on... Nope. Well, there's somebody on the move. Just saw the elk, like, twitching the heck out up there. Yeah, if I had the collar prepared, I could have probably gotten something. This has just been so much of getting so much wrong. Maybe if I can follow these for a while, I can sort of see just how far off they are. I'm getting the... For whatever reason, the elks like to be sticking around here, but I think that's also a sign that means the wolves aren't around. I'd have to imagine that if they picked up the... If they picked up me or the wolves, they would have bolted. Yeah, see, that's looks way off from where they've been. Ah, God, it really does feel like the game almost rubbed it in a little bit there with that one call that I got. But I think I'm going to just cut my losses here and accept that I'm a terrible hunter this weekend, and I really need to do better next. If you guys, well, I'm not even sure if there was much to enjoy this video. At least I got something down, but man, this was a rough hunt. If you guys did like the video somehow, be sure to give it a like, though. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, which you see I do really need, be sure to leave in comments right down below. And I think it really is so much of I've just completely outed the mindset for it after... I mean, I did all the Halloween stuff almost about a couple of weeks ago and haven't really touched the game since, so I think I'm just completely bad wired for what I'm supposed to be doing. So hopefully next weekend I'll get back into the swing of things and we'll actually get a proper episode done with some good hunting in it. Until I do hopefully see you in the next video or episode, though, survivors and hunters, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.